Hi everyone, I'm Jo Fry and welcome to my channel, Jojo Fry Rocks. I started this channel earlier this year in 2024 and it's been going for about 6 months now. So I thought it was probably about time to do a little bit of an intro video just to tell you a bit more about who I am and what I'm doing here on my channel. I think now I've figured it out a little bit. So my background is that I've been playing the guitar for a really long time. I got my first acoustic guitar at the age of 7. I'm 43 now. And I got my first electric guitar at the age of 13. So that's a good 30 years of playing the electric guitar. And I've kind of played on and off throughout that time, obviously, and had periods where I haven't really played at all. Most recently, I had an issue with my shoulder. I had frozen shoulder, which took a good 2 years to get sorted. So I kind of fairly recently had quite a long spell of not physically being able to play the guitar. And that only really got resolved towards the end of last year. So it's only really been just over 6 months since I've actually been able to pick up a guitar again and start playing and get back into it. So that's one of the reasons behind why I started my channel, really. Because I'd been out of it for quite a while, and all my guitars were put away. They were all sort of in their cases and kind of stored away, and I hadn't touched them for quite some time. So I got them all back out again and sort of started sort of plugging them in and having a go again, which led to me deciding that I wanted to get a new amp. I haven't bought any new gear for about 20 years, so decided to treat myself to a new amp. And in the course of researching and buying a new amp, I then bought another guitar, which was this thin line Telecaster, bringing the total to 6. So I was starting to feel like I needed to kind of start doing something with my guitars, and at that point I hadn't been in any bands. I wasn't doing anything publicly or doing any recording or anything like that. So I wanted to find a way of playing and sort of connecting with other people and other guitar enthusiasts. And something that would mean that I was almost forcing myself to play more regularly. And I watch a lot of guitar YouTube. I'd been watching a lot of the sort of guitar channels for quite some time. And I thought, well, there's absolutely no reason why I shouldn't be doing this myself. I thought there's kind of a gap here. And somebody said to me the other day that my channel was about guitars and playing, and kind of from a female perspective, which I guess it is because I am female and I play guitar. But beyond that, it's not really about that. Sure, there's always room for different perspectives, and certainly more female perspectives on guitar YouTube and the guitar community, which can tend to be quite male oriented and male dominated. But I don't really talk about that as such. I've done one video about that specifically, about my guitar heroines, particularly on YouTube. But the issues that I talk about in my videos are things that I think affect all of us as guitarists. They're things that we're all interested in, and I don't think it really makes any difference, what particular gender you might be, if we're talking about gear acquisition syndrome or string gauges, or whether you think Fender or Gibson are better at doing one thing or another. So I don't think that necessarily always plays into it. And, I do talk in some of my videos about my sort of 20-year obsessive crush on Justin Hawkins. But, I try not to go on about that too much. I think I try to be really inclusive here and, as I say, hopefully talk about things that interest everyone who loves guitar and guitar-based music, about guitar heroes, about techniques and playing. And the first kind of few videos that I made were talking all about my guitar collection and about each of my different guitars. And hopefully that will be of interest to most of you if you're into guitars, particularly about something like making my own guitar, which is this one, which I made when I was 16 years old at school. So, as I say, I try to kind of think of ideas I think will be of interest to most people who love guitars and guitar music. And my perspective, if there is one, really, is that of a sort of lifetime intermediate player. Somebody who has been doing this for a very, very long time. I've been in bands, and I've got a few videos on my channel about when I was a student and when I started a 5-piece all-girl rock band. There's a video that we made on here, some footage from one of our gigs, and when we went and tried to do some recording in a local studio, which hopefully is a bit of fun to watch, and it's certainly very nostalgic for me. So that was kind of all about 20 years ago now, and I think there's a gap. The gap that I saw anyway was that there aren't that many channels which are sort of done by people who love playing, would like to be better at playing, but are sort of average, intermediate, sort of bedroom guitarists. Not the super amazing internet bedroom guitarists who can sort of play mind-bending sort of licks and shred and do kind of incredible stuff. But the bedroom guitarists who are the ones that turn up at someone's barbecue or party, find someone's acoustic guitar and do a cover of Every Rose Has Its Thorn or something. That's my perspective. That's who I am. I am that person. I used to like doing a lot of open mic nights, for example. I liked playing acoustic covers of quite popular songs. The music that I really love is sort of rock from the 80s and 90s. So, rock and metal, hair metal, pop rock, if you like, all that good stuff from the 80s. So from kind of Bon Jovi, Def Leppard to Guns N' Roses, Poison, all of that stuff I absolutely love. And then kind of into the 90s, I'm a really kind of big fan of grunge and sort of Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains especially. That's kind of my vibe, and and the darkness as well, having been a fan of theirs since the beginning, and still a fan now. So that's mainly what I play in the videos on my channel. There might be a few other different things thrown in, but broadly that's kind of my musical taste, but also kind of heavily influenced by things that I grew up with, like the Beatles and things, you know, that my parents liked. So that's kind of what this channel is about, really. It's about things that we're all interested in, hopefully, in the guitar community in general, and you know, just not necessarily having to put pressure on yourself to be an awesome, amazing guitarist and play everything perfectly. And as much as I always try to push myself and do things that challenge me, and I do obviously want to improve and get better, at this point in my life, you know, with everything else that we have to do in life, there just isn't the time. And so, you know, I do practice, and I have followed a couple of online courses. I'm doing the Tim Pierce masterclass to try and up my game a little bit. But pretty much at this stage of the game, I don't think that it's going to get like that much better, to be honest. So this is where I'm at, and I'm quite comfortable with that, really. And I can play to a level where I can play songs that I really love, and I really enjoy doing that. I really enjoy singing. I'm not the world's greatest singer either, but nonetheless, it's something that I really love and I really enjoy, and I really enjoy performing as well. So YouTube is kind of ideal because I can connect with people and put some of my performances out there. And, you know, you may or may not like them, but hopefully you find something that interests you on this channel. And I really, really welcome all of your engagement and feedback and comments, which so far have been super interesting, and everyone's just been really, really lovely and supportive. Hopefully, you know, I'm building a nice community on here, and I'd like everyone to feel that they can be part of it. So I'm having a great time and really enjoying it. I hope you're finding something of interest here, and yeah, if you're enjoying it, I'm just going to say this one time. Please like and subscribe. But I'm never going to say that in any of my other videos. But I think for the one time on the intro video, it's legit, right? So, cheers everyone. Like and subscribe. Take care.